Hello children, welcome to our class. Now the continuation of motion in a straight line, that uniform motion in a straight line. See, an object is said to be in uniform motion. It covers equal distance in equal time intervals. However, we can take the small intervals of time also. See, it contains in the same fixed direction also it is, and the formula for the uniform motion that we can see, you can consider an object that is moving with uniform velocity v along positive direction of x. Suppose it occupies the positions we have taken at a, b, c in that position of time period which is t, which is equal to 0, t which is equal to t1 and t2 respectively. Now we can calculate the velocity of the object at the intervals, right? Now that we have taken the first position, that is OA which is equal to x0, and similarly we have taken that OB which is equal to x1 and OC which is equal to x2. Now the displacement by time period, we know that is the velocity. So x which is equal to, that means x1 which is equal to x0 plus vt1, right? Now the same way we have to take, if at time which is equal to t2 the object is at c, right, point c, then OZ which is equal to x2 we said, right? Then x2 which is equal to, we have to calculate x0 plus vt2, right? Now from these equations 1 and 2, we know that from the formula velocity which is equal to displacement by time, here the displacement x2 minus x1 which is equal to v into t2 minus t1. So v which is equal to x2 minus x1 by t2 minus t1, right? Now we are going to see the different graphical representation. The first one is, you are seeing that the position time graph for the stationary object, that is the position of a stationary object does not change with time. The object remains at a constant distance, that is x which is equal to capital X we have taken here. See, from origin. So the position time graph for a stationary object is a straight line, that is parallel to the time axis, right? So we are going to know or to calculate the position time graph of a stationary object. It will be parallel to it will be the straight line and parallel to time axis, right? Now the next one is the position time graph for the uniform motion. See, the object, suppose you have taken an object is in uniform motion, how it will be, the what is the uniform motion we said? Yes, it is covers equal distances in equal time intervals of, right? So that the position time graph of an object in uniform motion along a straight line path, it will be a straight line and inclined to the time axis, what you are seeing on the screen. So we want to know the slope of the position time graph. We have taken AB. So the position time graph, in that we know that the velocity which is equal to displacement by time. So we have taken the two position from the graph we chosen, that is A and B. We have to connect that through the dotted lines to the position coordinate and the time coordinate also. So you want to calculate it, if you use by tan theta, we can get the slope of AB. The slope of AB which is equal to BC by AC, opposite side by adjacent side, right? Now the value of the velocity which is equal to what? Displacement by time. Then what is the value here? x2 minus x1 by t2 minus t1. Then you will easily get from the slope of the position time graph gives the velocity of the object. Now we are going to see the velocity time graph of uniform motion. See, when an object has uniform motion, it moves with uniform velocity v in the same fixed direction, right? So the velocity time graph for uniform motion is a straight line which is parallel to time axis. If the area under the velocity time graph between the times what we have taken t1 and t2, if you calculated that, you have to calculate the area of the rectangle of ABCD. The area of the rectangle ABCD you have to calculate means you have to take that AD into DC, which is equal to what? B into T2 minus T1. So velocity into time, what you will get? You will get the displacement, that is area of ABCD, which is equal to V into T2 minus T1, that is velocity into time, so the displacement. So through this velocity time graph we can get the displacement of the object in a given time interval, right? Now what is non-uniform motion? The particle is said to have non-uniform motion if it covers unequal displacements in equal intervals of time period. We have to calculate the small time intervals also. From that, what is acceleration, we can see the different points, the examples we can see. If the velocity of a body changes either in magnitude or in direction, or it may be both, then it's said to have acceleration. For example, a freely falling body, the velocity changes in magnitudes and hence it has acceleration. For a body moving round a circular path with a uniform speed, the velocity changes in direction, so it has acceleration. For a projectile motion, you have taken a projectile whose trajectory is suppose a parabola. The velocity changes in magnitude and in direction, so it has the acceleration. The acceleration and the velocity of the body need not to be or need not in the same direction, right? For example, we can take a body thrown vertically upward. So for a body moving with uniform acceleration, the average velocity is what? V average, which is equal to u vector plus v vector by 2. And a body can have zero velocity and the same body had non-zero acceleration. For example, a particle suppose projected vertically up, the velocity at the highest point it will be what? 0, but the acceleration is opposite to the gravity, so minus g. Understood? If a body has a uniform speed, it may have acceleration. Example, uniform circular motion. If a body has uniform velocity, it has no acceleration, right? When a body moves with uniform acceleration along a straight line and has a distance of x, it's travelled in the nth second. In the next second, it travels is a distance x plus a, where a, which is nothing but the acceleration. Understand? See, the acceleration of free fall in vacuum is uniform and which is called acceleration due to gravity, and it is equal to 980 centimeter per second square, or we can say 9.8 meter per second square or meter second per minus 2, right? Now from these things we can understand acceleration of the body or a particle is defined as the rate of change of its velocity. Yes, so A average, acceleration average, which is equal to V2 minus V1 whole divided by T2 minus T1, or we can say A average which is equal to del V, change in velocity. So del V vector by del T. The acceleration of a particle at any instant or at any point which is called instantaneous acceleration. So A vector which is equal to limit del T turns to 0, del V vector by del T. Or we can say A which is equal to d by dt of V vector, or dV vector by dt we can say. Or we can say that A vector which is equal to d square S vector by dt square. Some of the points we must remember about the acceleration, that is, acceleration is a vector quantity. The direction of acceleration is the same as the direction of velocity of the body. The acceleration can be either positive, 0 or negative. The acceleration of body is 0 when it moves with velocity, uniform velocity. Acceleration is measured in CGS system centimeter per second square. In SI system we are saying meter per second square. For the practical uses we are using kilometer per hour square. Now uniform acceleration. If equal changes of velocity takes place in equal intervals of time, however small intervals also we have to take it, then the body is said to be in uniform acceleration. Or we can say a body has uniform acceleration if its velocity changes at a uniform rate. For example, the motion of a freely falling body is a uniformly accelerated motion. A body which is released near the surface of the earth is accelerated downwards under the influence of the force of gravity. We have to take in the absence of the air resistance, if suppose all bodies fall with the same acceleration near the surface of the earth, this motion of falling towards the earth from a small height is called free fall. The acceleration with which body falls is called acceleration due to gravity, and which is denoted by the letter what we can say g, right? The next one is non-uniform acceleration. A body is said to be moving with non-uniform acceleration if its velocity increases by unequal amounts in equal intervals of time period. Or the body has a non-uniform acceleration if its velocity changes at a non-uniform rate. Example, the motion of a car on a crowded city, right? Its speed or the velocity changes continuously. Is it right? See the retardation or deceleration, or we can say the negative acceleration. Now a body is said to be retarded. That means if its velocity decreases with respect to time, right? A car is decelerating to come to a half. So the different position time graphs we can see. Uniformly accelerated, the positive acceleration. This is the graph for the positive acceleration, right? The next one is, we can see the negative acceleration. Uniform motion, that is zero acceleration. So through this three different position time graph of uniformly accelerated, positive acceleration, negative acceleration and zero acceleration, from these three graphs representation how to draw you must know. And also these three graphs, first one is what? Position time graph of positive, right? See, this will give us the slope for the instantaneous velocity of the body, that is small changes in vertical coordinate by, we can say, small change in the horizontal coordinates, which is nothing but dx by dt, that is equal to that velocity at any instant. Is it right? So that we can say like the graph which is for the zero acceleration, in that same way the changes in velocity by time, that is acceleration. This will gives the acceleration of the body for all the three graphs, right? So the velocity time graph for the uniformly accelerated and the decelerated, for all we can see one by one, right? So the first graph which gives the velocity time of the graph which is zero acceleration, right? The next one is, we can see it is for the negative deceleration. Both the diagram you can see and compare it, the motion in positive direction which is going, right? So that is change in velocity by time interval, that is acceleration. For that it is a positive, and this one is the decelerated, it is moving decreasing way, right? So the next two you can compare and see that the motion which is in negative direction with negative acceleration, and see the fourth one is the motion with negative acceleration, right? That is, we can say that between 0 to t1, check it, which is it is going in the positive, then in the x-axis, and again it comes to travel t1 to t2, that part is a negative of x-axis. So like that way we have a different representation of the velocity time graph, right?